Hey, good morning, Jacques. How are you?
I'm doing outstanding. I'm talking to Garth Brooks.
Entering his second year as the LSU head football coach.
It was the only way I could get a foot in the door.
Joined by the icon, Kim Mulkey. Hey, Coach, great to see you.
We'll talk about a beautiful studio. I am in one of Gordon McKernan's homes, so to speak. This is where he is doing podcasts now. You've seen him on YouTube and other social media platforms. And thanks for having me today.
Yeah, well, great to be here. This is what we call the garage. It was a former garage I had transformed into a podcast recording, singing studio, whatever you want to do. If you have talent and you want your voice heard, it's free of charge. Come here or right by Ruth Chris on Constitution. Got a great guy, Brandon, running this. He used to be with LSU, and yeah, we can help you out.
Well, I appreciate it. I've been at Channel 9 almost 25 years. I think today is the first time I've ever had hair and makeup done.
Oh, yeah.
So I appreciate that.
Well, I wish I would do it every day, because it helps me look a little bit younger, but I haven't figured that out yet. But.
Well, shout out to the lovely Bree who helped me a while ago, who does stuff with
and you look great. You look much younger.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it, man. Maybe I'll be on a billboard one day. I don't know. But, well, tell me about your involvement in LSU football. We've been talking to you about it for a few years now. It's not slowing down. It's only revving up.
Yep.
What are you ballpark investing in LSU football this year?
It ranges, year to year. And this year we had a little different where we were front loading some money. I don't have the exact figures, but it could range up to $1 million in a year like this, and it might be several $100,000 less in a different year, just depending on the needs of the team and the collective and things like that.
Garrett Nussmeier is the most important guy on the LSU team.
Yeah.
So certainly I would believe his NIL would reflect that. Is he your biggest client on the LSU team?
Yeah, he would be, and he's such a great kid. We had him here in studio, did a podcast this past weekend, and what a wonderful young man, just inside out, great leader. He's got a great faith. I'm excited to watch him lead the Tigers this year.
He is in his fifth year. He could have gone somewhere else. He's always loved LSU football. He wants to be a part of it. Is he now like a pro quarterback? If he is, you hear on the street, is he making over $1 million in NIL or not? Do we, in the past, Gordon, you wouldn't go after a kid,
right?
Because he was an amateur athlete. Right. Now it's kind of like he's a professional quarterback.
There's definitely a professionalism in the sport now, and I don't know Garrett's exact figure, but reading tea leaves and listening to the staff and others, a quarterback of his caliber is certainly $1 million quarterback.
Wow. That's something, huh? Do you ever worry like, oh, Garrett's afraid to let me down? There's so much pressure on him, right? There's pressure on him and Brian Kelly. They got to make a playoff this year. All those things.
Yeah, that creeps into your thinking sometimes when you invest a lot of money into trying to ride the good wave of marketing and things like that attached to a team or a player, and then it falls off, and it happens. Last year it happened. It wasn't as successful as we want it to be, but when you bleed purple and gold, you're willing to roll those dice and gamble on Saturday night.
Yeah. How has it changed? You've always been a big player in this town when it comes to billboards. You've told me many times anything worth doing is overdoing.
That's right. That's a slogan. That's
Your
right.
late father had a totally different approach.
Yes, he did.
And you took it into the modern times.
Right.
But how has it impacted, I guess, your brand, how you're viewed locally since you've been so involved in LSU athletics?
Right. Well, and this is anecdotal, just listening to people. But before this, I never was stopped and thanked, right? But if I'm at a restaurant or at a game, I was at the scrimmage this past Saturday, people stop and thank you because I think intuitively they know it's probably not the best dollar spent marketing-wise, right? I always tell my marketing director, Alex, hey, what if we bought another billboard, right? And but it's not all about dollars and cents. It's also about giving back, supporting your school, supporting these kids, and giving them an opportunity. So I think it's brought some goodwill back to myself and my company.
Right, because a teenager, someone who's 21, 22, what does that person have to do with getting an adult to hire you as an injury lawyer?
It's not a whole lot, but they see me. I seem approachable. We have things in common. We both love LSU. We both want to support this school, or if we do another school, and I think they recognize that.
Yeah. Who are some of your other clients on the LSU football roster this year?
We've got the Weeks brothers, right, and we've got them. So very excited about them, and have them. Some special, hopefully alligator hunting with them. We can't get any of them injured, so do that. And we've got Nuss right now. And then I gave money to the collective, and then the collective in turn will say, all right, we're going to place this player with you. But I did want the Weeks brothers in Nuss.
Okay, awesome. Look forward to seeing how many ducks you take out.
Yeah, well, we'll try to take out a bunch.
And the LSU athletic director, he likes to hunt too, so he might sneak in on that trip.
Scott does.
So you can't run if you don't have the horses. Old cliche. So whether it's Nick Saban or Brian Kelly or Bill Belichick, if he doesn't have the players, you can't win. So there's more of a free agency season now. Got to go out and get guys. They added 18 guys to the roster.
Right.
They believe most of them will be high-impact players. What role did you play in those 18 players?
Myself and other businessmen and LSU supporters were able to front-load some money this past year before the House settlement came down so that we would have a bigger payroll, so to speak, to go out and attract this top talent. And I was just one of a handful of men who did it.
Gotcha. They seem to be good kids.
Yeah.
I don't know if kids is the right young men, but they seem to be invested in winning now. The money's all over with now. It's about football, maybe.
Yeah, and that's interesting you bring that up because in visiting with Nuss and also visiting with some of the LSU coaches this past weekend at the scrimmage, it struck me that I was hearing the same thing about the camaraderie and closeness of the locker room, right? Didn't hear that last year. I'm not saying they weren't, but to hear it independently, two different places, you sense something different, right? And I don't know why that is, but I'm hearing that.
So your relationship with Nussmeier, how have you guys connected? You've got this new ad. I got a sneak peek of it a while ago. There's a play call he's got to learn, right?
Yes, there's a play call, yeah. You know, he is such a humble kid, and we share some things in common. He loves to hunt and fish. He loves to golf, right? He's a faithful guy. He's a faith. We talked about that. I'm trying to sign his dad to a deal because we've gone in New Orleans, and I want to sign his dad, Doug, to a deal. So we have some synergy between us and are talking about doing things outside of football. My son John Gordon knows, and we're going to go on a golf contest. Jeff Watson's right here, maybe a 2-on-2 thing like that. So I really do enjoy getting to know these young men outside of the sport if I can do that on a golf round or in a duck blind. So looking forward to that, but great kid.
In the past, we've talked about this. You said you're not sure if this is sustainable. And then sometimes you hear numbers and you're like, is that really true? Did they really give that quarterback $8 million at whatever school or whatnot? I mean, is it sustainable?
No, it's not. And that's why you're starting to see this House settlement and the kind of the revisions and things they're doing. They're trying to figure it out because long term it's not sustainable and not for an everyday, even Power 5 schools. You know, got some of our schools in our conference that can't compete with us, right, from that perspective. So no, they're going to continue to refine it. You see what President Trump's trying to do. He's got Saban talking to him, and Saban certainly doesn't want this model. So I would think we're going to see continued revisions.
Yeah. You went to LSU, right?
Right.
You were in that student section.
Yes.
You probably would have crawled across broken glass to run out of that tunnel, right?
Yes.
And to take a snap and to throw a pass. It's like the movie Rudy, right? I'll do anything to run out of that tunnel. I'll be a punching dummy for 3 years to play in one game.
Right.
You still want that to exist, right?
Oh, yeah.
But does all this stuff change that, or do you think there's still kids that go to LSU because Saturday night in Tiger Stadium, all those things that we grew up loving?
Yeah, I think it has changed, but I do think that kids still exist. And as long as LSU is competitive, I don't think we have to outbid everybody. But if we're competitive and give a reasonable offer, especially to the Louisiana kids who grew up watching Purple and Gold, they're going to give us the benefit of the doubt, say, like, I'll take 10% less because of the experience that I'm going to have at LSU, the facilities, the coaching staff, the opportunity to play in the next league. Where else can you do better? I mean, there's a couple of schools that, on par with us, but nobody's certainly better than us at developing the experience for professional football as well as an opportunity to win a national championship.
We don't have to name names, but has everyone kind of carried out their end of the bargain? Like, you need to do X, Y, and Z, and some guys don't do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, I have to be honest that there sometimes we have to remind them, right? And sometimes remind them once, but they're 19, 20, 21-year-old kids, and I have to remind my son to do stuff too, right? So there is some reminding.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're doing what they're supposed to.
I mean, when you were in school, when were you in school?
84-88.
Okay, so you're there for the earthquake game.
Yes.
Hodson to Fuller.
Yes, I'm in that game.
So Tommy Hodson, Hollywood good looks, big man on campus, Hodson for Heisman, all that. He tells me, he's like, yeah, we used to go to Burger King on a Monday. They would have $1 Day because we didn't have any money to eat. I mean, he said, I bought a car and I gave it back because I couldn't pay for it. So we're away from those times, but. Is there a happy marriage between what we got going now and back then?
Yeah, well, the parking lot looks a little different for the players now across the country. You certainly see that. It's not full-blown professionalism, but they're straddling those two worlds. And I think it's going to be interesting to see what, Congress and the different states do over the next few years. Still got lawyers out there watching everything and which way it tips. Obviously, we hope it tips a little bit more towards amateur sports than professional sports. I think all of us want that. And I think that the president and I know like the governor, they're for those types of things. No one wants to see college professional sports.
A few more things. I appreciate you having me. So in the past, the chicken finger guy would always have the football coach up on the billboards. Brian Kelly hasn't done that.
Yeah.
And he's done some local stuff. Have you pitched stuff to him? Have you tried to get him involved?
No, I kind of flirt with it with him, but no, haven't all the way done that. And I wouldn't be opposed and would love to partner with Coach Kelly. I think he's doing a tremendous job. I think he's a good spokesperson for our football program and a good CEO type. And his passion's still there. Watching him in practice, and he's still instructing and teaching. Nick Saban has nothing on him for passion during a practice.
Awesome. Your connection to women's basketball, that's been big. They've won a national title. They've made deep runs in the tournament. Kim Mulkey is not the easiest person to convince to do something like she's done with you, right? That's been great. Flage did your rap.
Love
get
Flage.
bored and get it ddone.
Love Flage.
Yeah. So just what about this whole women's basketball relationship?
Yeah, Kim's is an extraordinary person, and you're right. She's a little more guarded. You're going to have to convince her that you can be trusted, and that took a while, but fortunately was able to do that, and we have a great relationship. I count her as a dear friend. I look to her for advice. I think she looks to me for advice on things. We have a great relationship. Flage, the women's basketball players, they are wonderful to deal with. Love the experience. We'll continue to support them, as well as now we've delved into women's gymnastics. We love that relationship, and men's baseball. So very fortunate to have the coaches that we have right now. I think what Scott has done across the board, all the different sports, is unmatched right now in college athletics for the coaches he's brought in.
Jay Johnson is the perfect modern day college baseball coach, relentless worker, knows how to attack the portal. What has your relationship with him been like in terms of getting the talent to come here, if at all?
We have a really good relationship. I count Jay also as a dear friend, and you're right, he is relentless. No hobbies, no other passions. It is, I love my wife and I love baseball, right? And that's where he spends his time. I'm happy that we have a relationship. We're able to talk openly and support those players, and we'll continue to be a big supporter financially and partnering with these kids in LSU baseball. 2 national championships in 3 years. I was doing some math. I said, if you coach even till like you're 63 and win one every 5 years, you're going to pass up Skip Bertman. It's unbelievable what he's done, and I think Skip is also just extremely proud of him. Just talking to both of them, they have a great relationship, and that's good to see.
All right. Anything else I should have mentioned, or you wanted to talk about? Before?
What I would tell just Tiger Nation out there, all the LSU faithful, is don't underestimate your ability to help retain a kid or recruit a kid in terms of being involved in the process. If you have a business, right, and you can strike a deal, there are so many opportunities that you can do. Don't sit on the sideline. Reach out, get involved, bring in these players to help your business. It's worthwhile.
Yeah. Well, there's that old saying, you like the sausage, but you don't want to know how the sausage is made type thing. There will be people from now to the end of time going to Tiger Stadium, seeing that team gather up in the north end zone, running out. I love LSU football, but maybe some that are shying away from, I don't really want to hear about paying them or this and that. These are the rules of engagement.
That it is. It's the new reality we live in. But if we want to compete and still beat Alabama, Georgia, Texas, those schools, Everyday Joe and Everyday Joan are going to have to participate and support these kids through various marketing NIL deals. Just have to.
Awesome. Gordon, thanks for having me.
Yep. Thank you, John. All right. Appreciate you.
Gordon McKernan here at the garage. It's hardly like a garage. It's more like Taj Mahal here. Thanks for dropping by.